What's up, people? Now, I know I had already did a live just maybe a couple of hours ago talking about the Cassie and P. Diddy situation. Now, I in my entire life of living, I have never seen a case closed or settled this fast. We're talking about 24 hours maybe, and the case has been settled. And let's just go ahead and check out the article together. I'll read it to you and we'll just go through it because, man, it is crazy that it settled this fast. Hold up. This is wild. Let me go ahead and drop this screen. So, singer and the Sean Combs and the singer Cassie have reached a settlement just one day after she filed an explosive lawsuit accusing the hip hop mogul of R and numerous instances of physical A. The parties announced on Friday evening that they have reached an agreement to resolve the case, though they disclosed no details about the terms of the settlement, which is typical. I know people are probably wondering how much she got, what was in the terms of the settlement, but typically when that happens, they don't disclose it. I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. Cassie, whose full name is Cassie Ventura, said in a statement, "I want to thank my family, friends, and lawyers for their unwavering support." In a statement, Mr. Combs said, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love." Now, let's see if there's anything else. For Combs, the settlement quickly shuts down what could have been a risky and potentially embarrassing process of legal discovery in which reams of evidence are made public and a possible trial. And Ms. Ventura, who has already aired her accusations through a public complaint, avoids a cross-examination by Mr. Combs' attorneys, which I don't think she was worried about. I think it's more on his end, because if you've read the documents that were released, it's spooky, like spooky for real, like I mean bad. So some of the stuff I'm not gonna read, but it was a lot of abuse, the A word, a lot of physical issues, a lot of forced issues, even with male dudes who involve themselves to get paid to do acts, and they called them FOs, which is called freak offs, and they took place in a number of high-end hotels throughout the U.S. This is where the trafficking aspect comes in. According to Miss Ventura's suit, Mr. Combs controlled nearly every aspect of her life, paying for her homes, car, clothes, and other necessities, and even had access to her personal medical records. The suit says Miss Ventura never went to the police because she feared it would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. Now, if he had access to her medical records, then that means whoever this quote-unquote doctor was needs a HIPAA violation, because you're never supposed to reveal that stuff. That's supposed to be hidden and kept for them. That's a confidential record. You can't reveal those type of things. But as I'm looking through this, as I'm talking to y'all, let's see. Even with the settlement, however, the damage to Mr. Combs' reputation and legacy may be substantial. In the days since Miss Ventura's suit was filed, past allegations of violence in A have been resurfaced, and various musicians have publicly signaled their support for Miss Ventura. In a statement, Douglas Widger, a lawyer of Miss Ventura, said, "I am very proud of Miss Ventura for having the strength to go public with her lawsuit. She ought to be commended for doing so." And, I'm inclined to agree as well. It's no telling. This is why it's important for people to reveal the information sooner, because you never know who you might be saving or who you can stop from going through the same thing you went through, because it's very important, and it's very detrimental if someone like this, with this mindset, this attitude, this amount of power, can continue to do the same thing. At least they caught him pretty early, and instead of dealing with the public eye, because it's already in the public because it's on public record, but he gets to have some form of anonymity, because these are still speculations. He wasn't accused in court. He wasn't, exposed on every level. But the fact that it was announced and he decided to settle as quickly as he did without trying to fight it says something. And I don't think this is going to be the end of it. I think more people are going to come out. And when they come out, man, it's going to be rough, because if you even look at the message that he said, we decided to end it amicably. He still wants to have control of the power. You know what I mean? So that shows that there's some level of issues with him where he wants to show that he has control in some aspect, which, as she explained prior to her leaving him, he had all control of her life. So even in this case, he still has some control, because he can give her the money and just keep it pushing, but then still make a statement like, yeah, I wish her family the best. You know what I mean? So, I mean, let me know what y'all think in the comments, because it's wild that, these things can happen and people can watch it happen, do nothing, because they want their paycheck. Because per the suit, there were a lot of people who saw it go down, and they just helped hide the information, the evidence, and allowed him to terrorize her in one of the best terms that I can think of at this moment. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments section. And, once again, it's a small victory for, if he did all of these things, he'd be better off behind bars. But, settling out of court, does it admit guilt or admit innocence? Who knows? A lot of people are going to be like, yo, homie, guilty, because he settled, But let me know what y'all think down in the comments section, and be on the